so. Welcome everybody this afternoon to this special meeting of the Woodland Davis Clean Water Agency. Let the minutes report that 3 members of the board are present, and I believe we have to have public comment. Is there any member of the public that wishes to speak on an item that's not on the agenda? Seeing none, we have to approve the agenda, I guess.
Meeting agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No opposition, motion carries, and we will adjourn into closed session. Board met in closed session, and Director Cravoza was present and had to leave for another meeting, but he was present for that closed session and asked that he be excused for this announcement, which he is aware of and agreed to. We're pleased to announce the Board of Directors of the Woodland Davis Clean Water Agency met in closed session today to review historic agreements paving the way for a high-quality water supply for our cities at the most affordable price. We've been very deliberate in our negotiations and are completely committed to transparency in this process. We expect to release the contracts and documents by tomorrow in order to give the public as much time as possible for review. On Tuesday, December 21st, the Woodland Davis Clean Water Agency will conduct a special meeting to consider public input and approval of a package of proposed agreements relating to the purchase and acquisition of water rights, a joint river intake diversion facility, and necessary land easements for project piping and other needed facilities. If approved by all parties, these historic agreements would lay the groundwork for one of the most important infrastructure projects in our region's history. After decades of study and planning, it has been determined that the most cost-effective and environmentally sensitive solution to our water quality and wastewater discharge problem is to develop a better, high-quality water source from the Sacramento River. In 2009, the Woodland Davis Clean Water Agency was formed in order to construct and operate a surface water project to deliver high-quality water to Davis and Woodland. The agreements under consideration have 3 essential elements: a water intake facility on the Sacramento River to be shared with RD 2035, a permanent summer water right, and essential land easements for project and other facilities such as piping. These elements are consistent with conclusions from the water supplies EIR, which was done in 2007. Under the terms of the proposed agreements, the Conaway Preservation Group and Tri-City Water and Farm with Conaway Preservation Group and Tri-City Water and Farm, 10,000 acre-feet of summer of surface water rights from late spring to early fall will be permanently owned by the Woodland Davis Clean Water Agency for the benefit of municipal water users in Woodland and in Davis. These water rights will be acquired by the agency when summer water supply project facilities become operational in 2016. To secure the water rights and protect local water supplies for local use, the agency will pay approximately $2.6 million in 2016 with 2% annual increases for 24 years. At the end of that term, all payments to CPG will cease, but the water right will remain the property of the Woodland Davis Clean Water Agency in perpetuity. With open market water costs expected to rise dramatically in California, this is a wise investment for our future. Additionally, the proposed agreements between RD 2035, the Conaway Preservation Group, and Tri-City Water and Farm would enable the Woodland Davis Clean Water Agency and RD 2035 to jointly construct an agricultural urban water intake facility for operation beginning in 2016. The facility would replace RD 2035's current antiquated facility with a state-of-the-art fish screen and other environmentally beneficial enhancements. Costs for the facility construction and operation would be fairly shared by agricultural users and by the Woodland Davis Clean Water Agency. Agriculture, Woodland and Davis residents, and the environment will all benefit. I wish to emphasize that the costs for this facility will be borne proportionally by the users. There will be no premium or additional costs to the agency, even though the intake will be constructed on land currently owned by the Conaway Preservation Group. A third critical component to the proposed agreements would allow the Woodland Davis Clean Water Agency to acquire very important land easements on the Conaway Ranch at no additional costs. In other words, the rights to build water pipelines from the intake structure to the water treatment facility will be deeded to the Woodland Davis Clean Water Agency by the Conaway Preservation Group. The importance of those easements cannot be understated. In addition, Conaway Ranch acreage will be provided to appropriately mitigate the water supply project, along with other easements that may allow for improved flood protection. Before these proposed agreements can be finalized, installment purchase agreements with the cities of Davis and Woodland will need to be considered and approved. These agreements would back up and secure the agency's water right purchase through city commitments to set and collect water rates sufficient to cover the purchase obligation. The city councils will consider these installment purchase agreements in open sessions on December 21st, following the meeting that same day of the Woodland Davis Clean Water Agency, which I previously referenced. Finally, we wish to express our sincere appreciation to all who have worked so tirelessly to bring us to this point. It's truly been a collaborative effort, and we believe the agreements properly address the interests of all parties, that they are good for our citizens, and that they are good for our future. We look forward to a public review and discussion of the agreements. Our decisions next Tuesday will chart the course for how we acquire, treat, use, and discharge a very precious resource important for decades into the future. The special meeting agenda and the supporting documents, which will include the proposed agreements, will be made available tomorrow on the agency's website, as well as at both city halls. As stated earlier, the board will meet next Tuesday at 4 p.m., that is December 21st, to consider final approval of these historic and important agreements. Thank you to everyone. Any comments from board members?
Just it's a very exciting time, and I'm looking forward to completing this part of the project.
This is another big giant step in a long roadway that we've been walking along for many years, and I'm looking forward to completing that step as we move towards completion of this path that we've been on for about 15 years in this agency for well over a year now.
Thank you. We have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.